Hi friends, it's Mari Clark here. I'm so excited to be here today to create a really pretty little card with you. I'm going to be starting off my project by showing you some of the gorgeous products from Crafter's Companion that I'm going to be using. This is a 2D embossing folder called Rainbow Hearts. It's part of the Color Your World collection and I just absolutely love it. I'm also going to be using the really sweet Pretty Kaleidoscope die set, and this is going to create a really lovely embellishment for the front of our card today. So I'm going to start off here today by using my Scrapbook.com mint tape to tape down my dies onto some white cardstock, and I'm going to run this through the Gemini II, and I'm going to show you a little bit about this Gemini II as part of this process. This is just the most beautiful machine. You can just see here there's also three ports for charging with USB there on the back, the on and off switches on the back, and on the bottom is this wonderful Lazy Susan. Now there's also some feet on the machine, so you do not have to have the Lazy Susan. The little feet slide really nicely. There's also an easel at the top that flips up for some storage and also a spot to put your device. These two decks on the front and back flip down to allow you to run your machine, your plates through the machine. And here you can see that these also flip up for easy storage for smaller items like your scissors and pencils, maybe even a few treats. Here you can just see how fun this is that this swivels, and also you can see that there's a pause and reverse button beside the power button at the top. The machine comes with all of the plates and shims that you need for creating the different sandwiches, and the manual that's part of that comes with the machine tells you exactly what sandwiches you need for which different types of products that you're using, whether it's thin dies or embossing folders, whatever it is that you're using. These two solid plates form the top and bottom layer for your basic die cutting, and the sensor inside the machine senses these wonderful plates and just pulls the plates through mechanically without even having to move the plates yourself. So those are all of the different shims that come with the machine. Here you can just see I'm going to put my paper and my die, then the top shims on top. And here I'm going to just give you a little sound bite of what this sounds like when you run your machine. So there you can just see how quick and fast the machine is, and when we're all finished, we get just beautifully die cut or embossed papers, whatever it is that you're using your machine for. This 2D embossed folder here does such a great job. I'm also going to be using some of our brand new grip mat from Crafter's Companion today. This grip mat is really fun for all kinds of different processes you might be working on in your craft space. Today, I'm going to use it to hold my paper in place while I'm doing some ink blending. I'm going to be using some Pink Fresh Studio inks to do some ink blending here. I'm going to start off with a gorgeous pink called Bubblegum, just using my blending brush to go ahead and blend that ink on over top of that gorgeous embossed piece of paper that I'm working on here today. Next, I'll follow that up with Pink Fresh Clementine. Such a really, really pretty hue of orange, and it's going to just blend beautifully with that bubblegum ink. I'll follow that Clementine ink up with some Lemon Whip. And lastly, I'll be using Grassy Knoll. I will be just taking my blending brush, and I will also just blend over the previous color as well to ensure that we have a really nice even blend on our paper. This is just going to create a partial rainbow over top of this gorgeous Rainbow Hearts embossed image, and it's just going to look so pretty when it's all finished. I love the bright colors of these Pink Fresh inks. I think they're just absolutely gorgeous, and I love blending these different colors together to create this really lovely rainbow image on this rainbow embossed paper. Here you can just see I'm just going back and adding a little bit of that clementine over top of the yellow and just blending back and forth a little, like I said, just to create a little bit more of a smooth blend and to deepen up those colors, and just so they're a little bit more saturated in that way. When I'm all finished with that process, I'm just going to clean up this Easy Grip mat so easily here, just with a baby wipe. You can just see how nice that cleans up. And now I'm just going to go on to trimming down this panel. This card panel at this point is 5 by 7, and I'm going to trim it down so that there is a little bit of a white margin on my 5 by 7 card base. And I think I trimmed this down about 1/2 inch altogether. And you'll see that when it is on my nice white card base, it does allow that for a nice white clean margin around this beautifully ink blended background. So I'm just using my tonic trimmer here to help me get this trimmed up. And I do like to use those lines on the trimmer wherever possible, just to help me to measure exactly how much paper it is that I'm trimming off my piece of paper. So now I've got that all trimmed up, I'm ready to go ahead and use my Scrapbook.com adhesive here, my tape runner, to add this onto my card base. So I'll just use a liberal amount of tape runner there to ensure that this is going to stay nicely on that card front. And I'll just center that and give it a really nice press. And then that'll be nicely adhered to my 5 by 7 card front. So now I'm ready to go on to adding my die cut piece. You can just see that this gorgeous pretty kaleidoscope die created this lovely little piece for the front of my card. You can see that these little wings of the butterflies are all detached but still attached in areas, so that you can create a really fun dimensional piece on your project. So I just wanted to show you how that die works. And I'm going to also show you here the beautiful luxury linen cardstock that coordinates with the Color Your World collection. This is just a beautiful pack of 8.5 by 11 paper that is just got that gorgeous linen texture on it. I really love this paper pack so much. And I'm going to add a little bit of adhesive, foam adhesive on the back of these sweet little butterflies, or this little die cut, just to bump it up a little bit on my card front. So I'll just take the release paper off of that foam adhesive and add it over to the left side. Now I'm going to be using this Happy Birthday Gemini die from Crafter's Companion to create my sentiment. I have cut this from some white cardstock and then also from the green luxury linen cardstock from the Color Your World collection. I'm going to use that green die cut piece as a little bit of a shadow in the background, and I will adhere the white layers over top of the green, just offsetting the white from the green slightly so that you can just see that green in the background. It just adds that little bit of extra detail and dimension to the project. I'm going to go ahead and add some liquid adhesive to the green cardstock on the back, and then I will go ahead and adhere this to my project where I want that sentiment to be on the front of my card. I'll just give that liquid adhesive a chance to grab onto the embossed paper. And now I'm going to be using some iridescent sequins from Picket Fence Studio to embellish my project. I'll just add a little dab of liquid adhesive and then add the sequins over top. I love how these sequins just add that little bit of sparkle and shine to the front of the card. They're subtle, but they do add just a really beautiful little bit of detail to a project. Super easy to add and doesn't take much time, and it just really is beautiful when it's all finished up. They just really grab the light and really just look so lovely. So I love this step. I always love adding a few sequins to my projects. Friends, that's my card today. I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure you check out the links in the description box below to all of the different products at Scrapbook.com that I've used for my project today. Stay safe, stay well, and I hope to see you again. Take care. Bye-bye.